Bull or bear? Let's see what happens. The coin was right yesterday. She shows a bull here. And boy, talking about some monkey-hammered markets today. Wow, we'll get into that in a moment. But meanwhile, I've got the live Robbie's cam down in the Florida Keys, Island Murata. Most of you know this cam if you watch my videos. It's where you get to feed these huge, let's see if we get to see anybody here. Nope, nobody on the end there feeding any fish, but they sell you fish food here. And the big tarpon, some of them probably 6 feet plus, will come out and eat right out of your hand. Occasionally they'll come up and they'll engulf a tourist arm entirely up to the elbow, scare the hell out of most folks there, but they really don't have teeth or anything, so they're pretty harmless. Meanwhile, there's the other critters that get fed there as well. Let's see, there are a few tourists out there, a few people visiting Robbie's. Actually, you don't have to be a tourist to go to Robbie's. I always like to stop by there and take a look at these just awesome tarpon out there. Oh, look, let's see, there they are. They got the food. Now, you're not supposed to feed the pelicans. You're supposed to feed the fish out there, ladies. There you go. There's your buckets of food right there. And they're having more fun feeding the birds. Let's see if they'll, won't see any tarpon pop up here. And I'm not thinking so. It looks like they're having more fun again feeding the pelicans here. And there we go. Let's see if we can see a tarpon come up and hit that. There you go. Did you see the tarpon? The little flash right there? Well, anyways, really cool cam, really cool place to visit if you're ever going down to Key West on your way through Island Murata, one of my favorite places, and one of my father's favorite places too. He's the one that turned me onto this as a young man. All right, let's get into today's quote of the day, which of course you guys have heard this quote many times from me because it's one of my favorite quotes overall. It applies to the whole world. It applies to economics. It applies to our life in general. It applies to politics. It applies to the silver markets especially. Of course, the game is rigged. Don't let that stop you. If you don't play, you can't win. And the first step in winning any game is acknowledging and understanding if the game is indeed rigged, knowing how it's rigged, and know how that you can play. Once you know how the game is rigged, it's much easier to win that game, and that's exactly what we do in precious metals. That's exactly what I teach you guys to do out there. Don't fret. If you don't play, you can't win. And the game is absolutely rigged. Everything's rigged in our entire lives. Think about it. From the day we're born, we're told that Santa Claus exists. And then they tell you one day, oh, no, there is no Santa Claus, and all kinds of shit like that. So from the moment we're born, we're bombarded with so much bullshit and riggery. How's that for a word? Riggery out there. But anyways, don't let it get you down. It's just the way of the world, it seems like, to some degree. And what am I going to talk about right now is I'm going to talk about 100% organic produce. And no, I'm not talking about produce, really. I'm talking about organic markets. That's kind of, I couldn't think of anything better to put up here. Organic markets, folks. Versus what? Inorganic markets. So, how do you like this? This is real silver right here. This is real silver, tasty looking stuff like it is. It's the real stuff, man. This is fake silver. This is paper derivatives. This is CME COMEX contracts. This is SLV for most part, unless you can demand delivery, and you have to be a pretty big player to do that. So for most people, this is the paper derivative market. This is the CME group. This is exactly what causes the up and down prices on a daily basis. This fake frickin' plastic fruit and vegetables that are pawned off as organic. It's not an organic market that we're dealing with, folks, in gold and silver and platinum, especially silver, but the other markets as well. And I'm sure it's the same with the oil markets. I'm sure it's the same with the grain markets. I'm sure it's the same with all the other paper derivative markets in the CME group's casino called the COMEX markets, okay? But what is organic? Well, real gold and silver, platinum, not the paper nonsense, but the real stuff you can hold in your hand, physically hold. The stuff that's made by stars, okay? Gold is made by stars. It's not made by some guy named Satoshi. But the real stuff, like the real vegetables that you can eat out there, organic or not, I think this is kind of nonsense, organic vegetables charging you more for that, but no less. Maybe it's not. But you got my point. This is the real physical markets right here. in gold, silver, and platinum. This is the COMEX group, CME group, the LBMA, and the other paper derivative, paper ETF players out there. This is what they serve you up right here. Plastic bullshit. And that's exactly what we had going on today. Let me do a quick refresh here. And 1913, 23.49, but silver kind of took a big hit from its high yesterday. I remember yesterday it went up substantially, gold, silver, not so much platinum, but gold and silver did. Gold, take a look at this range, 1960, world markets are down here, but 1960 to a low of 1912. Again, about 37 bucks it says there, about $38 difference from the high to low over day. Gold definitely got monkey hammered without a doubt. Silver as well, 24.64 down to 23.49. I mean, crap, that's well over a dollar right there. Move up from yesterday and a move down from today. And platinum just kind of sideways. Platinum, poor platinum. The most ignored precious metal of the three out there, in my opinion. Nobody loves it. And really, what do they say? The best time to buy something is when nobody loves it. But boy, that's been the fate of platinum for more than just a few weeks. It's been the fate of platinum for a couple of years now. Just, man, down in the dumps. But I still love platinum. The more it's unloved, the more I like it. I don't know, maybe I like underdogs. So that's just a personal preference. Let's take a look at the price swing today that we had in the 24-hour gold. There you go, crooked Crimex, NYMEX markets. There you go, the crooked CME group markets. Boom, right there. Not boom, bang, or whatever the hell you want to call it. That big paper, plastic, vegetable, green market, not the organic market, the big plastic, green, vegetable market, that is the CME group. That's what happened right there today. There's no reason for gold to take a giant dump like that. And quite frankly, its rise up yesterday, whereas yesterday's market was here. Later in the afternoon, after Powell speak, you can see that gold shot up substantially. But what have I been saying? They're capping the price of gold below that 1950 mark. Look at that, above the 1950 mark in the overnight market, stayed above the 1950 mark. In the Crimex markets today, boom, back down below that 1950 mark. I did a video on it last week, capped at 1950 right now. And again, that is purely a paper, plastic, vegetable, plastic, is there a potato? I was going to say potato. Plastic vegetables, plastic inorganic bullshit. That is what that market is right there that you're looking at. That's what that steep line is, inorganic bullshit. Again, paper derivatives, paper driven, not driven by real physical supply and demand, not driven by physical markets at all, quite frankly, which is why at some point these markets are going to blow up in their face, because they pretend, these markets pretend, the Crimex, COMEX group and the LBMA and these, they pretend that their markets are backed up with real gold and silver and platinum. And again, silver being the key word here, because silver supplies slowly dwindle out there. You wouldn't know it on retail sales right now in smaller amounts, but silver supplies kind of like dwindled out there for quite some time. Well, at some point when the silver supply kind of does dry up, there's big industrial demand for it and big investor demand for it when more people start moving out of dollars and other riskier assets, and the market starts taking a shit with the in the Dow and the S&P and that stuff. People will move into naturally precious metals, especially in really tougher times. But no less, this is right here so inorganic, so nonsense, so plastic, it's not even funny. I mean, who would sell a large amount of gold just to crash a market like that, unless that was their entire intent to do it? Again, intentions equal results, and results oftentimes equal intentions. And what are the results right here? A completely smashed, monkey hammered down market. And if you want to apply that equals intentions, the intention was to do exactly what happened here, smash that market down. Same thing happened in the silver market. Isn't it funny how these two markets run hand in hand as well? Both markets monkey hammered down about the same time. Silver taking about $1 dump overall from its high, 24.50 plus, down to below 23.50 right now. So over a dollar swing there as well. Again, in the New York Crimex markets, but again, you know, if it happens in the overnight markets, which is the New York Globex right here, CME still owns that group. It's a 24-hour marketplace out there, owned by CME Group, who, again, the world's leading crooks in derivative marketplace out there for paper assets, bullshit assets, plastic fruit. I like to say it now. But there you go. There's your markets in the morning, in the afternoon, in the criminal crime X markets. But what does this mean? I mean, I say all the time, people say, oh, I'm just so tired of watching them, you know, these criminals knock this price down. But, you know, would you complain about if they knocked the price of gasoline down in half right now? No, you wouldn't. Would you complain if you were in the market buying a house and they knocked the price of housing down by half? No, you wouldn't. Would you complain if your favorite food or whatever it might be, steak, lobsters, vegetables, real vegetables or whatever it is, the price was knocked in half? No, you wouldn't complain. Even if it was manipulative behavior, you would not complain. You know why? Because it gives you the ability to buy more at their bullshit, stupid, manipulated, capped prices. Again, silver capped at that $24 market. That was last week's video, is silver cap. As soon as we hit that $24 mark, boom, knocking it down. Again, completely a bullshit paper derivative play in the COMEX markets, without a doubt. I mean, look at the timing there. And who does that? Well, criminals do. But that's just my opinion, the opinion of people way smarter than me, like Ted Butler and others. But we know the routine here, folks. You watch my videos long enough, you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get into last night's video. I'm going to talk after that a little bit about what the best deals out there. There have been some price changes. Silver becomes even more alluring with these lower prices and lower premiums on top of that. I've seen a substantial slowdown in retail sales of silver out there across the board. I believe I know the reason. I've said it a couple times. It's just that I think when silver started to move quickly up to that $24, $25 mark, a lot of seasoned silver buyers that were out there consistently stacking backed off a little bit out of fear of getting smacked in the back of the head by the criminals at COMEX and having it knocked back down to $18 or some stupid number like that, some stupid, ridiculous bullshit number like that. But again, it's true. It's true. That's kind of, you know, it's kind of like an abused pet or abused child or something like that. You know, you get consistently knocked down, knocked in the back of the head. The price gets knocked down. You see it jump up. You see it get knocked down again by these same criminals. And then, you know, it starts to go up a little bit. You're not going to start to add to your holdings much at all. You know, silver would have to surpass, and that's why they're capping it silver at $24. It would have to surpass that $24 mark, stay there for a little bit. Once silver starts going to that $24, $25 mark, all of a sudden the buyers start loading in again. They feel confidence that it's moved past that $5 level that I've talked about so many times. But meanwhile, again, folks, do not fret. Of course, the game is rigged, but if you don't play, you can't win. And which would you rather own? You know, a $100 bill, stuff it under your mattress for 10 years, or would you rather own $100 worth of silver stuffed under your mattress? I wouldn't want to own that $100 bill, that's for sure. And again, of course the game is rigged, but if you don't play, you can't win. And what are you winning? You're winning the ability to buy these precious commodities out there for fucking dirt cheap prices, man. You know, the only downside of that is if you're really older and you're getting older, or you got some kind of terminal disease or some issue that you're dealing with and you have to sell, or you need money really bad. That's not good, you know, because again, it's not a seller's market. It is not a friendly seller's market in silver at all. Gold a little bit better in my opinion overall, but silver not at all. Not a friendly seller's environment. Hasn't been for a long time. Has been a friendly buyer's market for silver for a long time. But again, it doesn't help people that are in short-term crunches or need to get out of it, or again, getting older or having issues in health that they need to get rid of it. I understand that point right there. Hard to wait, but it's hard to wait anything. And believe me, if you're getting at end stages of life and stuff, and or ages of really worry, silver is the least of your worry about there, making sure it goes up. At least you've got some form of preservation of wealth here. But no less, which is really important as you get older too as well, knowing that it's still there, knowing that you're not going to wake up and your bank account's going to be gone. But I get out of here. Let me get out of here. I haven't looked at these Kitco charts for some time. This is just pure criminal action that we see going on, but nothing atypical, or nothing that we don't see all the time. Let me move into yesterday's video, which was wealth preservation, not creation. The reason that we buy precious metals is not to get rich quick. You know, people that get rich quick are always into the next new thing, you know what I mean? moving from one thing to another. And what you realize in life is that the best way to get rich quick is to do it slowly and to rely on your own skills and what you do best and become an income earner yourself. At that point, what do you use gold, silver, and platinum for? You use it as a hedge. You also use it as preservation of all that hard-earned money that you worked for. Now, if silver and gold doubles and triples in price, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, that's icing on the cake. But meanwhile, worst case scenario, it is about wealth preservation. Zane Underwood says the quarter stamp on the $5 it is pretty. That was a cool coin last night. People ask me, Brian, do you do coins? I'm very good at coins. Do a lot of coins, but my videos actually, since I started them, my videos were really focused on precious metals. You know, well, you think I talk a lot when it comes to precious metals and politics and other things. Don't get me started on coins, but I will do some more coin shows. And I hope you liked last night me talking about what the coolest coin that I've ever seen in a long time was. Silver Liner, get better soon there, buddy, and I really appreciate all your comments. Hope you're feeling well. Metals to the moon, without a doubt. Anxious Stacker says, hey, Brian, thanks for putting so much time into these, what you do. I've been curious to see and frankly a little concerned about what was going to happen after the Fed announcement, but it was very little odd that the prices did what happened. Prices shot up yesterday after the Fed announcement and just magically got monkey hammered down this morning. Why? Oh, I don't know, man. All those gold and silver people out there that own gold and silver just felt it was going to collapse, so they sold. Bullshit. It was complete paper play in the criminal markets. Again, the criminal markets we talk about all the time. Let's see here. I'm really hoping for a good pullback here very soon, and I'll be finally ready to make big purchases for you. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Do you think I should get on? You know, I don't want to I don't really get into giving advice on when to buy. I think any prices in gold and silver are a great level, no matter what point in history you are. You know, there's people when silver was like around $5 an ounce and it was peaking up into that $7 and $8 and $10 an ounce area, and then back off a little bit. People were saying, "Oh man, you think it's, you know, I think $7 too high, you know," and you know, again when it was averaging around $5, you think $8 is too high, you think $10 too. Yeah, maybe at the time I did, but in retrospect, if you're building wealth, if you're preserving wealth, it's really pointless. You know, again, especially if it's a more of a long-term view that you have on this stuff. Sharp increases, huge increases in the price of gold, silver, platinum are simply icing on the cake. It's really about wealth preservation mostly. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that, Anxious Stacker. Good question. Mike's Big Epiphany says, I view Bitcoin as a get-rich-quick scheme. So do I, sir. And, you know, I give Bitcoin a lot of hell. I have for quite some time, cryptocurrencies. But, you know, I give the U.S. dollar a lot of hell. And the U.S. dollar has been king since I was a child. It's been king across the world. The U.S. dollar has just been losing its dominance. There's so many different reasons. But even the U.S. dollar, I have always understood it is fiat. It's not backed by anything. It's fiat, okay? And when I look at cryptos, I see the same thing. But even worse, you don't even have a piece of paper that you could stuff in your socks to keep you warm or wipe your ass with. It's just digital. I mean, so I like crypto even less than fiat dollars because, again, it's fiat. It's not backed by anything tangible. It isn't. No matter how they try to spin it, crypto is not backed by anything tangible. I like tangible hard assets. I'm in that tangible hard asset camp. You know, people that are in digital assets are in that digital camp, that digital fiat camp. But what is digital really? It's whatever you imagine. Well, I guess you could say the same thing about gold. You imagine it has value. I guess you can imagine that ones and zeros and that kind of thing have value as well. And maybe they do. Be well, Wellco Services, you as well. California as far as where all the gold mines are, let that sink in. They want all the gold when the dollar goes in. Wellco Services, thanks for that comment there, by the way. Wellco Services, be well all. Thank you, Michael Matthews. What's up? Philip Stanton says, I mentioned Goldfinger. It's possibly the best Bond movie. It was pretty damn cool, awesome Bond movie. The Bond ladies were always awesome too as well. Man, that was a different time then. It's possible, classy stuff too, classy stuff. It's possibly the best Bond movie. Remember, Goldfinger wasn't trying to steal the gold from Fort Knox. Yep, that's true. I didn't really mention that, but he was going to detonate a nuclear device and make all gold untouchable because of irradiation. Then the banks would have to buy gold from him to replace it at a much gold price because his gold was not nuclear radiated. That was a brilliant, brilliant movie. And Goldfinger too. They painted that girl. Didn't they paint the Bond's one of Bond's girls that he met at the beginning in gold and kind of killed her? That was a gold girl as well, wasn't it? But anyway, very cool movie. I digress here. Joe McDonald says, "Hi Brian, Groundhog up here in Groundhog Day up here in northern Maine. We go with Nova Scotia's. You want me to pronounce it? Shubina Cadia. Sam, 6 more weeks of winter." You lost me there, brother. I don't know what a Shuba Cabinana is. Sam 6 either. Hope you're having fun with it, Joe. Thanks for commenting. Have yourself a wonderful day. Joey from Seattle says, "Ray Dalio, the man who copied or coined cash is trash now recently says to hold cash. Are banks storing paper, currency, and Bitcoin? Nope. And that's what we talked about last night. They don't store that shit. They tell you to. Yes, they do store gold. That's what central banks own. They own gold. They don't own cash and Bitcoin. Again, that's what they tell you to do. Do as I say, not as I do. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Everyone else out there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that, there's the like button right there. Hit that subscribe button to my videos as well. And feel free to share them. I'm out there to spread the word. And by the way, if you're looking to buy gold, silver, platinum, and any kind of precious metals, I'm your guy to go to. I mean, if you live in South Florida, or you're in the Florida area, and you can make the drive to our brick and mortar store, Commercial Rare Coins, we advertise to beat APMEX, SD, and JM Bullion for the online big bullies out there, and they're great companies, trust me. But, you know, who do you want to beat? I want to beat the good companies, so that's who I beat in their prices. I also beat the locals down here, and there's a lot of good guys down here as well. But I'm very, very competitive, easy to do in bullion, and that's what I do. Here, let me give you what prices and premiums have changed just slightly here a little bit. I'm going to take a quick sip here. My throat's getting a little dry. Looks like 90% silver. I usually don't start out with 90% silver, but it looks like the ask price on 90% silver has dropped just a little bit as well, getting down to you should be paying no more than spot plus $4 on 90% silver. 100-ounce bars dropped a little bit as well. I was kind of surprised by, 5 cents, 10 cents or something like that. You should be paying no more than spot plus $2.60 at 100-ounce bars or less, again, depending on larger quantities. If you're buying larger quantities, I sell them for less myself. But I'm saying this is kind of what we sell for in the store in small quantities. 1-ounce rounds, still a great freaking deal out there. Spot plus $2.85 or less for 1-ounce rounds. When you consider that 100-ounce bars are like spot plus $2.60 over, I mean, it's a 15-cent difference. I'd rather go with 1-ounce rounds than 100-ounce bars, that's for sure. And 100-ounce bars are almost the best deal out there, except for kilos. If I can still get a good deal on some of the off-brand kilo bars, I can get them for spot plus $2.25 to you guys. The brand names at spot plus $2.50. Again, that's a pretty damn good deal on small quantities. If you're buying larger quantities, I can help you as well. What not to buy? Still stay the hell away from Silver Eagles. I think if you're paying Silver Eagles, you're buying them for like spot plus, $8 to $10. Overpriced. Still can't understand who the hell's buying them at those levels and why those prices are sustained like they are. Couldn't advise any customer in good conscience to buy those actually with those kind of premiums. Premiums for the buy side have jumped up a little bit too. So, for some reason, there's still a strong market for Silver Eagles out there, both on the bid and the ask side. But again, I don't think it's a good deal for anyone out there to buy those things. They're just overpriced, in my opinion. Maple Leaf, spot plus 4 or less, and some of the other products are just not available out there. Gold, the still best deal. Again, can't beat gold bars. It's been like that for 3 years now. Gold bars have consistently stayed in that spot plus $70 to spot plus $85 per ounce price. And they are still there today. Let me see here. Yep, that's about right, folks. We're still sitting at level 45, 55, 65, spot plus $70 or so on gold bars. Gold Eagles are still very reasonably priced at spot plus 100 and give me 1 second here. What is that? $110 now. A little bit cheaper. So Gold Eagles, I think, are a good, not a bad deal at 110, but still for what you pay for a Gold Eagle at spot plus 110, you could buy a gold bar plus an ounce of silver. And get some change back, again, for the same price. Again, a gold bar, an ounce of silver for the same price you can buy a 1-ounce Gold Eagle and get some change back. So I still like gold bars better for that reason. Price point and much better. Krugerrands are still a good deal at 85. I think like spot plus $85 or something around there. Give me 1 second. I got to take my shoes off. I think like spot plus 85 bucks. Maple Leafs, believe it or not, Maple Leafs are not much more than Krugerrands right now by like $3 or so. Don't have my calculator in front of me. Let me do a quickie. $2. Spot plus $83 on Maple Leafs. That's not a bad deal. Actually, $13 more than a gold bar. So there are some really good deals out there in gold, silver, and platinum. I have noticed a slowdown in the general smaller. We've been selling more gold in larger quantities to bigger buyers. The smaller gold buyers are kind of backed off. The bigger gold buyers are still out there kind of buying right now. So we're still selling larger quantities of gold to people. But again, small buyers are backed off on the retail basis, in my opinion. As far as silver goes, the small-time silver investors and the seasoned buyers are backed off just in general out of fear at these $24, $25 prices, thinking that they're going to go whack down again, in which case they're going to step in pretty heavily, and premiums will probably go up again as well. All right, well, I could get into that a little bit more, but meanwhile, hey, who am I? Brian Kuzmar. Since 1995, I've been in this building right here, serving South Florida since 1977. That's when I started working for my father in Boca Raton. So seasoned dealer since 77, been in this location since 95. If you're in South Florida and you want to buy gold, silver, and platinum anywhere from $1 to millions of dollars worth, we can help you out. Come by our store. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. And yes, we're a small store. My expenses are extremely low, and that's why I can be extremely competitive. One of the smart things I did, keep my expenses low, not get my head too big for my britches, and try to open myself a top floor office building with a giant sign. Always, again, a good friend of mine many years ago told me, to keep it as small as I possibly could. Keep it as tight as you can. That's actually smart advice. We are small, we are tight, we're not much to look at, but I can beat the pants off of Atmax, SDJ, and Bullion and the locals down here as well. And by the way, don't forget, I'm going to be at the Lakeland Collectorama Show, coins, paper money, jewelry, collectibles of all kinds. As you can see, CC dollars there in the middle state of Florida, near Tampa, near Orlando, near everything. Free tickets, you can get them right here at the collectoramashow.com. Website, free tickets here. Bullion's going to be there, precious metals, like I said, some collectibles as well, antique firearms, maybe that kind of thing as well, depending on who's bringing what. But all kinds of cool stuff generally. Hope to see you there. Again, February 16th, 18th coming up soon. And again, free tickets there. And if you are a dealer and you happen to be watching this, you can still get a table. Click that page. It'll bring up a contract. Okay, that's it. Thanks. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. Bye.